Today we're starting on lesson 5.4, and pretty much from here on out throughout the unit we're going to be spending our time figuring out where the x-intercepts are when I just give you an equation and I don't just go ahead and give you the graph. So the easiest way to do it is by graphing, which is what we're going to do today, but it doesn't always work out the best. So early on in this unit, I told you that there were 4 words that mean the same thing. And those words are x-intercept, solutions, roots, and zeros. A quadratic can have 3x, or it can have 2 x-intercepts. It cannot have 3. It can have 2, 1, or 0. So the most common that you will see is a parabola that crosses the x-axis 2 times. 1, 2. But it is possible for it to only cross 1 time. What would that look like?
Just on one side?
We're not going to do anywhere it's turned sideways.
One side's shorter than the other.
It's farther one side?
What if it was like this?
Yes,
That's what I meant.
That's what you meant? If the vertex sits on the x-axis, then it has 1 solution, or 1 x-intercept. Or it could have none. It could be just above it, like that.
So then how many solutions do you have if you got...
That would be 0. Yep, that would be 0. It doesn't cross at all. So we're going to do some examples, starting with number 1. And in order to graph, we need to figure out what points go on the parabola. And starting off with the vertex. Is this equation in vertex form or standard form? Standard form, which means we have to use the formula. That formula is negative b over 2 and then a. What is my b? 2. And what is a? 1. So negative 2 over 2 times 1. Gives us negative 1. So that's the x value of the vertex. How did we find the y value? Plug in the negative 1. So I would use the store button. And then type in x squared plus 2x minus 3. And that gives us negative 4. So my vertex is the point negative 1, negative 4. But that's not enough to get my whole parabola or even to find my x-intercepts. I need more points than just that one. So we're going to make a table. And our vertex is always in the middle. And we want to find as many points as we can, or find several points above our vertex and several points below our vertex. So do you all remember how we get the table on our calculator? Second graph. But what do I have to do before I hit second graph? You got to put the equation into your y equals. x squared plus 2x minus 3. So then I can go to second graph and see my table. And you can scroll up, oops, you can scroll up, you can scroll down, forever and ever. But I'm going to go to where my vertex is, -1, -4. So that's kind of in the middle. I want to get 2 or 3 points above. So -2, -3, -3, 0, -4, 5. So those are 3 points above, and I went ahead and did all 3 because all 3 of those would fit on my graph. The more you have, the better. And then if I go 3 below, 0, -3, 1, 0, 2, 5. I am going to plot all of those points on my graph. -4, 5. -3, 0. -2, -3. And then there's my vertex. 0, -3. 1, 0, and 2, 5. Once you get them plotted, then you can sketch your graph. Oops. And it should look like that. So the main goal of doing this is to find the x-intercepts. And what are the x-intercepts?
2, -3, 0.
Yep, that one. So the -3, 0 is one of my x-intercepts. And then 1, 0. So for your x-intercepts, you could just put -3 and 1. Those are your x-intercepts. You'll notice on your table, an x-intercept always has a y value of 0. So if you can see in your table where the y is 0, that's your x-intercept. Let's go down to number 2. We're going to start by finding the vertex, because that basically gives us our starting point. Nope, this is in standard form, so it requires the formula. Yep. So it's negative b. What is my b? 6 over 2. And what's my a? 1. Type that into your calculator. And somebody tell me what you get. It is -3. So then you're going to do -3, store x, and then type in your quadratic, x squared plus 6x plus 5. Yep, and it's -4. So my vertex is the point -3, -4. And I can use the table to find the points above it and below it. So click y equals and change that quadratic to x squared plus 6x plus 5. And then hit second graph. So I found my vertex. I was correct. It was -3, -4. And then I'm going to go above it. -4, -3, -5, 0, -6, 5. And then -2, -3, -1, 0, 0, 5. So then I'm going to graph these. -6, 5. -5, 0. -4, -3. -3, -4. -2, -3. -1, 0. And 0, 5. So get that graphed. Where are your x-intercepts? Yep, -1, 0 and -5, 0. So you can just put -1 and -5. Alright, so this last one, we're going to change it to f of x equals x squared minus 1. Now let's start with the vertex. What is the b? It is 0. We don't have any number that's with just an x. So your b is 0. What's your a? 1. Your a is always the number that's paired with the x squared. Your b is always the number that's with the x. And then your c is the number that's by itself. So what does that give you for an x value? 0. And then you can plug that back in to find your y value. And when you get it, you can tell me what your y value is. -1. So we have a vertex at the point 0, -1. So I'm going to go type in my equation and then go look at the table. So I've got -1, 0, -2, 3, -3, 8. And then 1, 0, 2, 3, 3, 8. And we plot those points. -3, 8. -2, 3. -1, 0. Zero, -1. 1, 0. 2, 3. And 3, 8. So what are your x-intercepts? -1 and 1.